Hello students, this is Mr. Hart, and in this video we want to continue our discussion of how to use Scratch to make animations. And hopefully by the end of today you have everything you need to make a really good animation in Scratch. Okay. So again, I'm going to hide myself so you can clearly see the screen. And what we want to focus on today is how to have multiple characters interact. Okay, so again, last time we had our bear walking across the screen, plays his trombone and says, "Serves up, dude." Okay, very realistic situation here. But let's say we want to add a new character. So we're going to go down here, and again, I apologize, it's slightly off the screen in the video. This is where the add character button is, and this is where add backdrop button is. Okay, hopefully you can see the options kind of popping up there. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and click add character, and let's say we want to add a crab to our beach. Okay, so we want this crab here, and let's go ahead and put him there. So again, you can control coordinates here. If we want to rotate him, we can put him like this. Let's go ahead and leave him kind of up like that. And then another thing that's really useful is size. So I can actually shrink him a little bit because that's a pretty big crab. Let's put him down to like 70% of his size. So this is the percentage of the size you want him. Okay, and let's put him right there. Okay, but we have a problem because if we run our code, the crab stays there even when we have the baseball diamond. Okay, so how can we get rid of the crab when the baseball diamond is up but put him back on the beach when the bear is walking by? Okay, well, we need some code to hide and show. So just like before, how we could permanently show or permanently hide the cat, we want some code to control the show and hide of the crab. Okay, so again, I'm going to go to events. I'm going to use when the program starts. Okay, by clicking the green flag, I want to go to looks, and now down here are two very simple but useful options: show and hide. Okay, so when the program starts, we want to hide the crab. Okay, but now what do we do about showing the crab once it gets to the beach? Well, there's two ways we could do that. There's a hard way and an easy way. Okay, the hard way is with using the wait control that we looked at, right? So I could tell him to wait. Okay, we could go to the bear code and say, okay, it takes 2.2 seconds before he gets to the beach. I'm also going to remove the trombone sound because it's driving me a little crazy. But we want to wait 2.2 seconds before we get to the beach. So in the crab, I can do 2.2 seconds. And then I want to show. So I go back to looks, and I want to show the crab. Okay, so the crab's code is pretty easy. When the program starts, hide, wait for 2.2 seconds, and then show yourself. Okay? And if we do that, it works. Okay? But this is a really simple program, really simple animation. If I had multiple scenes and they were talking back and forth, like let's say we want to have the crab talk. Okay, so let's go back up here and say, let's actually have him think. We'll have him think, I love the beach or something. Okay, but now we want him to not do that right when the bear talks. We want him to wait until the bear's done. So now we need to go back to events and click on, or sorry, to control and click on wait. And now we have to go back to the bear and figure out how much time he says that. That's 2 seconds. So we want to wait for 2 seconds. Okay. And if you have a lot of characters that are interacting and doing this, this could be really complex. Okay. But it does work. It's one way you could do it. Okay. Whatever you want to do. Okay, whatever your animation is. Let me show you a potentially simpler way for interacting objects that we can use, especially when it comes to actual games. Okay. So instead of all this waiting, okay, instead we're going to learn how to use messages to control things. Okay, so if you go down to events, okay, we had the green flag up here, okay, but now we have things down here. Okay, we have two ones that are really important: broadcast and when I receive. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the bear, and what we're going to do is now, if we have multiple characters, okay, let's actually add like multiple crabs, for example. Okay, so I'll go and add another crab here and another crab there. Okay, and just because I saw it, let's add this dinosaur, whatever. Okay, so if you have multiple characters that all need to know that the bear has arrived at the beach, right, that we've changed our background to the beach, then what we can do is we can go back to the bear's code, and we're going to broadcast a message to everyone. Okay, and we can name that message whatever we want. It doesn't really matter. Okay, we'll just call this "got to the beach." Okay, so now when we go to the code for the other characters, okay, then all we have to say is when I get that message that I got to the beach, when someone says that, then I want to do something. Okay, so now I can go to looks and say show, and now watch what happens. Okay, actually let me do this for all the people really quickly. Okay, so we can say when the flag starts, you want to hide. Okay, when you receive the message, got to the beach, you want to show. Okay, by the way, if you don't want to do what I'm doing, where you have to constantly copy the same code, if you want to copy the code to another character, you just drag that code to the character and it gets copied. So I'm going to do that now instead of having to repeat that for every character. Okay, but if we go to each character, now they have that same code in their programs. Okay, so each one of these characters on the beach knows when they receive that message, they should show themselves. Okay, let's see if it works. And there they go. They all popped up on the beach when they got that message. Okay, we could also add another message. Let's call this bear done talking. Okay, and when all the characters get that message, okay, we'll have them say hi. So I'm going to go to looks and they'll say hello. Okay, and in this case I'll just quickly add this to their code. Okay, so now when they get that message, they'll show themselves. Oh wait, sorry, I messed this up, right? Because we don't want them to say hello right at the start. We want them to wait until they receive the bear done talking command, and then they'll say hello. So when bear done talking, they'll say hello. When bear done talking, they'll say hello. And when bear done talking, they'll say hello. Okay, so now they'll all do that. Let's see if it works. Hey, there we go. It worked. Okay. So there is how you work with multiple characters. Okay. You can use wait times, but for games, definitely, for sure, and for animation, it's easier to send messages between characters. Okay. So characters can broadcast a message to everyone saying, hey, this thing just happened. And then those characters can act when they receive that information. Okay? And then we also learned that you can copy code easily between characters by just dragging the block. Okay? And then also it's really helpful to show and hide characters depending on what background or whatever's going on in the scene. Okay? When characters die in video games, right? Like you beat a character or something. Often they're just hiding the character and moving them somewhere else. Okay, at least that's how it's often done in Scratch. There's other ways you can do that, but that's a good way to do it in Scratch, is just hide the character and move them to off the screen. Okay, so there you go. Working with multiple characters, it's best to broadcast messages between the characters. Hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully now you feel comfortable doing anything you need to do in an animation. Okay, where the user clicks a button and it plays a little story for them, right? After this, we're going to look at how to actually make games. Okay. Oh, one other thing in this video. If you click save, first of all, always make sure to save your work. Okay, or file save here. Once you're ready to actually share your animation and you've built it, okay, make sure to click this share button to publish your work. Okay. Once that is shared, then you can copy this link right here, and this is what you'll turn in on Canvas. Okay, is this link. Okay, you'll do that for any project you share in this class. If when you go to your project, okay, remember you can go to My Stuff to find your project. If when you go to it, you do not see that shared button, make sure you have verified your email for Scratch. Scratch will not let you publish unless you've verified your email. Okay, so make sure to do that. Check your email. Make sure they haven't sent you a message saying press here to verify. Okay, if you can't see that, verify your email, and then you should be able to easily share your project. Okay? All right, next time we'll start getting into games. Looking forward to it. See you then.